Okay, here's another League of Legends game coming your way, this time with Jarvan in the jungle. As soon as the wall goes down, let's go over our lane matchups. I'm Jarvan in the jungle against Rek'Sai. We have Galio top against Renekton, Urgot partner with Morgana, bot against Ashe, and Gangplank? We have Ziggs mid against Cassiopeia. If you didn't notice, I was first pick, so after I locked in Jarvan, I kinda went away. And yeah. So my plan for Jarvan this game is I want to do a little bit more exploiting the Black Cleaver. So Cinderhulk Black Cleaver combo. As for the lanes themselves, Cassiopeia is a pretty good target, and I should point out everyone on my team has a skin except for me. So yeah, report me after game, GG. But Cassiopeia would be a good target to go for. The thing is, I have to really speed through the jungle because level 2 she has the means to kill Ziggs, which is not a good thing. Otherwise, the bottom is also pretty good. Ashe and Gangplank, neither of them can actually get out of my ult. If I can actually land it on both of them, as long as Urgot doesn't warp one of them out, it should be a fairly secure kill. Renekton, he's going to be a bit of a bitch to deal with, but the good news is he kind of falls off late. At least he used to before the Cleaver came in. He may be secretly overpowered now, we'll see.
Protect the faithful. Today is a good day to die.
Yeah, but I want to keep the deaths to a minimum this game, J4. So I'm using attack damage Reds, movement speed Quince, because I don't actually own attack damage Quince. I could have won attack speed maybe, but didn't really see much point. And I can actually take the Scuttle Crab if I flag and drag it.
Ours is but to do and die.
And I forgot to go over how Jarvan works, so hopefully you guys already know.
Find me breakers.
Okay, to the wolf camp.
No quarter for the Demacia, now and forever.
And I'm going to take the opportunity to go back. So Galio is going to have a really rough time in that lane for a while yet, and my hands are a little tied at the moment. I'm going to go for Stalkers, even though I definitely could use the sustain from the Trailblazer. Going to wait a little bit for the pink ward. And that Gator is looking pretty tempting, especially since Ziggs is pushed out so far. He's out of mana, but then again so is Cass, so kind of balances out.
No quarter for the wicked. Demacia, now and forever.
Galio has teleport.
Find me greater
Let's get the
foes.
potion ticking and we'll try to clear this quickly.
Today is a good day to die. We shall rest when we are dead.
And I'm going to go ahead and smite this for the spirit. If Rek'Sai wants to try to hunt me, I'm going to keep the vision advantage over her.
Stand with me,
I'm actually
brothers
going to take
and
this
sisters.
real quick while I still have the golem buff. And it timed out just as I said that. So I want boots, and I'm actually going to get a longsword on this back. It's going to delay the cinder a little bit, but I'm going to be hitting level 6 soon. I want a little bit more power on my ganks. Okay, that scales off AP. It's been a while since I did a Jarvan video. I think since the last one, the E was nerfed. I think it used to give armor also.
Protect the faith.
If he wants this, that's going to delay my ganking. So it's up to him.
For my father.
And he took all of them.
Stand with me, brothers and sisters.
There's Rek'Sai.
Who dares defy my will? We shall rest when we are dead. Find me greater foes. Topple their forces.
Okay, let's go back and see if we can pull off something down bot.
Your turret has been destroyed. An enemy has been slain.
Demacia, now and forever.
There she is.
No quarter for the wicked.
And here's the stun.
Protect the faithful. Today is a good day to die. For my father, the king.
Shit.
Stand with me, brothers and sisters.
Wanted to steal that, but I couldn't.
Who dares defy my will? No quarter for the wicked.
Going to help push this.
The Massia.
Urgot, no!
Shut down. Your turret has been destroyed.
Okay, he's not going for any Galio build I've ever seen before.
Protect the faithful.
And there's very little I can do for this, but I can try to soak up some of the EXP.
Find me greater foes. Who dares defy my will? Die.
There goes his flash. This should be Galio's time to go farm, but he's going back for some reason. Got flash.
For my father, the king.
So I'm not entirely sure why Morg went mid there when Urgot was alone. He's not mobile enough to save himself. And that's the aftermath of her roam.
Protect the faithful.
So Rek'Sai went skirmishers.
Stand with me, brothers and sisters.
Now, if Urgot can absorb all that down bot, we should be fairly well off.
We shall rest when we are dead. Greater foe.
One more hit.
Killing spree.
Today is a good day to die. For my father, the king.
Your team has destroyed a turret.
No quarter for the wicked.
Yeah, we're just way too out of sync. So I don't even know where he's getting the 70 AP from. He actually doesn't have any MR here.
Who dares defy my will?
They stuck around without mana.
Stand with me, brothers and sisters. The massacre, now and forever. When we are dead.
Wanted to spear them both with that.
Protect the faithful.
Unstoppable.
Today is a good day to die.
Was planning to give this to Urgot, but oh well.
Protect the faithful.
Yeah, I won't make it in time to get those. and from here I will be doing post-game commentary. So, right there, Urgot was in a bit of a bad spot, and we're not really in position to contest the dragon. But as of right now, I have the advantage of seeing, being able to comment while knowing how the game ends. And right there, Ziggs managed to steal the dragon with his Mega Inferno Bomb. As for right here, I get to basically stick to Renekton because I have red buff and phage. There's no escape for him. As for my damage, I don't really need... Well, there's a couple ways to go about this, but first of all, let me explain that as of this point, the game's lag is going to be much, much, much greater than normal. But the reason why I'm doing this particular Jarvan build, if you didn't know, the Jarvan passive Martial Cadence does percent HP damage. And basically my goal is just to stay mobile enough and be able to stick to them long enough to get multiple procs off of that and rely on that to deal my damage. I don't really remember if it's physical or magic damage, but if it's physical, then the shred of the Black Cleaver is going to be truly devastating. Basically, the Cleaver will allow me to keep up with them to get multiple procs on them, shredding their armor as I go. And then once the timer on the passive does run out, then I can use it once again. That means that they will block even less of the percent HP damage. And as a result of how things are going to play out, I'm actually going to be one of the top damage sources in this game, despite going for like a, well, I guess it'd be accurate to describe it as maybe like a bruisery build. But you can see right here how the lag is getting out of hand, and I basically threw in the towel for the day after this game. As a result, yes, I did lose a good portion of my one recording day, so we may have another week that isn't entirely filled with winning games. Hopefully you guys don't mind, but the client was melting down as of this time. No one could connect to chat, so we couldn't actually discuss things before, well, during character select. And as a result, it was just good luck that we happened to get a team that at least is somewhat functional. And I have to use the word somewhat there because that Galio build still confuses the hell out of me. But once again, Renekton's in a really bad spot. I can just go ahead and go on him. I flashed there because I knew time was of the essence. If I just waited for the... Well, if I just dropped the Cataclysm, that would still be enough time for Gangplank to get away. I needed it out of the way and to create some distance. And as a result, from about, let's see, 4 minutes ago I was 036, now I am 336, I think that number is. It might be, yeah, it has to be 3. I got Renekton, Gangplank, and Renekton. So right here I wanted to kill this since I have the phage to keep up with it, I have the red buff for damage over time, and I can just slowly whittle away at it. But right now my goal is just get enough gold to finish the Cleaver. I can go back, get tier 2 boots, and then hop back into the fray. And if you noticed, I went ahead and got the Toadstool buff, so that means the health I'm going to be gaining from the Cleaver is going to be reflected onto the enemy. For a second there I thought I may not have had enough, but you can see I barely did. So the other nice thing is that with Jarvan's ratio is that Black Cleaver really cranks up his damage. I'm still totally convinced it's not going to be allowed to stay in its current form, but it makes tanks a friggin' nightmare to deal with, this whole Cinderhulk Cleaver strat. As for right here, I could probably kill 2 of them if they went further, but I wouldn't be able to kill all of them, and the remainders would kill me while my stuff is on cooldown. So I was prepared to make a sacrifice, it's just it didn't end up coming down to it. So I dropped the ward there because I didn't want us to take the blue buff from Ziggs. I don't really have a lot of mana to spam my stuff, but he's doing well enough to where he really does deserve this. Galio still confuses the hell out of me, and Urgot is going to steal this. I don't know if they're pre-made, but that's not my problem. I passed it off to a carry. It's up to them to decide which one gets it.
Protect the faithful.
So going in normally when your ping is that high is basically an invitation for disaster. Luckily it starts to come down here, but it's going to be going back up and kind of staying up. This time I don't have the red buff, but I do, well, I don't stick to it, but I did have the cleaver to try to cut through some of its armor and speed up the whole thing. And poor Renekton. Yes, you can get past Urgot pretty easily, but he has backup. And I wanted to give it to him, that's why I walked away, even though Urgot isn't exactly going to be a source of damage come late. With the way he's like an anti-carry, I think that's the term that's most often used to describe him, it really is necessary for me to become somewhat of a damage threat. Especially since I'm kind of the source of physical damage with Galio and Ziggs and our other two lanes. If you're wondering, Ziggs is the #1 damage source. #2, I think... I don't remember if it was Morgana or Urgot, but I was #3, just barely underneath #2. So right here I wanted to protect Urgot, that's why I went on the Rek'Sai. The Black Cleaver procs will just cut through her. Just sucks to be her when that's up. As for this, the minions blocked me, but my Q came off cooldown, so I could go ahead and Dragon Strike her for the kill. And I'm also going to cut off the Gangplank. I guess he was too busy watching Morgana, he didn't notice where I was, and boom, Martial Cadence for the win. Sadly, I think the Martial Cadence actually is % current health, so it would have actually just been my raw auto damage that killed him, or the Cinderhulk, one of the two. As for right here, I'm not actually going to be able to get the dragon because I'm going to lag right before I can smite it, and it just gives Rek'Sai free reign to steal it. So that was my main concern about doing this. I was kind of hoping, hey, Urgot Ziggs can keep her out, but who knows. So if you look, my ping went up at that about 1 second after that to actually reflect what it was at the time. And Urgot made a really poor decision there. So if you're wondering what I mean, Urgot failed to zone, so that means if we got the dragon that would be fine. Urgot just made a sacrifice, but we didn't. And the thing is, had Urgot come with us into the dragon pit, Rek'Sai would not have been able to steal. So that was a mistake on Urgot's part, and I couldn't do much because of the lag. Luckily it's not game-breaking, we're still pretty far ahead, and between the various lag spikes I can still get some things done. It's just that one play we needed our AD carry dealing damage. As for this, I can't take the potions because I want the components of the Randuin's Omen. More health means more of a bonus from the Cinderhulk, and I'm just that much harder to kill. Right there I wanted to get a feel for what my CDR is at. I have 20% from the Cleaver, 10 from Runes and Masteries, and then, well, it's not quite 10 yet, but 10 from the blue at the time that just timed out. And then once I hit 18, I'll have 10 from Runes and Masteries. So my MR item this game is going to be the Maw Malmortius, that way I am a damage threat. Plus the defensive stats on that still mean I'm kind of tanky. I can definitely bait Cassiopeia into a bad exchange because she may not remember I have that shield. Since I don't have a source of lifesteal or health regen, I don't see a point in getting the here's the first. So I got to dunk Gangplank, I got to hold Rek'Sai in place for the Morg ult, and for Renekton. And right here you can kind of get a feel for how tanky I am. I took all of that, and I'm still actually in a status to go ahead and pick someone up. So Cassiopeia goes down. Now we have a flash satchel for another kill, and that's 2 more assists to me. Okay, now going back to what I was saying, I don't have a regen item, so the Speared Visage would just be a source of CDR for me and pretty much nothing more. So if you're wondering what my build actually is going to be like, the Randuin's Omen's going to be item number 5 there in the number 2 slot. And from there I can either go... well, I have a few different options. Depending on how the siege is going, I could go Portal, of course, just to give me a nice balance of tanky stats. That would be one option. I could go for, what's that? The Ohm Wrecker, just to disable towers so we can do some crazy dives. Or the one that I really wanted to try was the Frozen Mallet. So the whole point of the Mallet is it's a ton of HP, it's a little bit more AD, and my attack's slow. So when you factor that in with the Cleaver's whole armor shred effect, they can't get away from me, I run faster, and I'm incredibly tanky, so it's not like they can get through me with ease. So if you were wondering what my final item was going to be, Frozen Mallet. And of course there's no regen on that, which is why I said I don't have much use for the Visage this game. So if nothing else, this whole new meta has caused the Frozen Mallet to potentially become a decent item, because I think it's like 700 HP. It's a Giant's Belt, a Ruby Crystal, and a Pickaxe, I think. So a lot of health from that one item, plus the bonus from the Cinder Hulk. As long as you don't need raw defensive stats for one reason or another, definitely a nasty combo. As for this, I don't think I actually get any of them. Okay, I got 2. Since I was going for a bruisery build, it's just a little awkward to last hit lane minions. But with the amount of kills and assists I've been getting, I don't exactly need CS. It's nice, yes, but it's not too imperative. Plus we keep on making up all these objectives on the back end with various towers and stuff. And right here's the final battle. So Cassiopeia goes down. You can see Renekton over there. He's the one that I'm kind of chasing after, hoping we could single him out, and then they're kind of denied a tank. As for Ashe, poor Ashe, she got bound, so I invited myself in. Since I saw the Mega Inferno Bomb and the Morgana stuff come out, I figured I'd walk away and let them get her, so I don't have to tank any more than I have to. And that's game. Enemy surrenders, but they were out of hope for a while yet. Would have been a lot more fun had I actually been able to get that Frozen Mallet, I think. And I should have went for the tower, I might have been able to pick it up, boost my stats a little bit more. So, best links will be going in the description. I'm the Hero of Light. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.